Hi, I'm Dan Troop, the Job Search Mechanic, here with episode 21 of my Job Search video series. And today I want to talk about a few strategies that you can use to win a screening interview and advance further in the hiring process. Specifically, I'm going to address three topics. Number one, what are the overall goals and purpose of a screening interview? Secondly, I want to dive into an explanation of how recruiters typically are measured for screening interviews. And then finally, examples of how you can align your answers with those metrics and measurements that are important to most recruiters. As always, before we get started, you can find all the details, the instructions, and an expansive set of tools on this step in the AdvantEdge Job Search Process in my book. Links to purchase this book are down below. And be sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more job search videos every week. Let's get going. The screening interview, when you think about it, makes perfect sense if you look at your job search as a sales cycle. Surviving this initial interview or a sales call, and then advancing down the path to the next round in the selection process, all come into sharper focus. The primary goal of the screening interview is to narrow, as I said in last video, episode 20, is to narrow a large pool of applicants down to a manageable number of qualified candidates to advance for a specific job posting. Now, internal or external recruiters usually are the ones conducting these screening interviews. And then increasingly, many organizations are starting to employ AI or artificial intelligence assisted screening interview solutions. Whether you're interviewing with a real person or a machine, the focus is on your match with a set of filters, and these filters are what make up the screen for the target position. Examples of baseline filters that are commonly used to determine a screening match include things like the candidate's skill set, prior experience, income requirements, and then a fit with the organizational or the company culture. Now, I think you're going to find that in most cases, the screening interviewer is not an expert on the specific job posting or the position function. This HR professional manages multiple job postings across many functions, departments, and organizations. Their focus is on the filter match, and the interview questions are going to be therefore more traditional or fundamental. To win an order in sales, you got to move around to the other side of the desk and put yourself in the, and I put in quotation marks, the buyer's position. So you want to look at the purchase decision from the perspective of their customer. What does success look like for that buyer? In the case of the screening interviewer, your buyer's the recruiter. So why don't you consider how a recruiter's performance can be both measured and compensated for in this hiring process? Let's take a look at just a few of these recruiter performance metrics. There's time to hire or fill. How many days, weeks, or months does it take to fill the position? Less is better. Offer acceptance rate. What percentage of the offers that are extended are actually accepted? Higher is better. First year attrition. What percentage of the new hires leave in the first 12 months? Lower is better. Time to productivity. How many days, weeks, or months does it take for the hired candidate to ramp up to full productivity in this new position? Less is better. Quality of hire. What's the first year performance rating for the hired candidate? Higher's better. Hiring manager satisfaction. On a standard customer satisfaction rating scale, how satisfied with the selected candidate is this new hiring manager? Higher satisfaction is better. Now that you understand a few ways that recruiters can be measured and compensated, you can develop an approach and an interview strategy to align with these critical performance and compensation metrics. Let's look at them. For time to hire or fill, you want to make it clear to the recruiter that you're focused on this position and this organization, and if they were to offer you the job, you'd accept and onboard in the shortest time possible. What about offer acceptance rate? Here you want to demonstrate to the recruiter your passion for the position and a high probability of accepting a competitive offer that meets your primary job search requirements. Keep potential objections and barriers to a minimum at this screening stage. There's always time for negotiation if they put an offer in front of you. First year attrition. Talk about how the position and the organizational culture align very well with your goals. You want to emphasize your ability to commit to the mission of the position and the organization and support that with star stories and evidence from your career or your education up to this date. Time to productivity. Share your intention to develop something like a working 90-day action plan that's going to have you performing at 100% productivity level within your first 3 months. And then quality of hire and the hiring manager satisfaction. Match your skills and experience to the essential position requirements. Illustrate how your value proposition is going to drive a positive ROI, return on investment, for both the manager and the organization. Now, winning the screening interview and advancing to the next round in the hiring process is obviously a critical step in your job search. I describe it for you in detail in Chapter 13 of my Job Search Guidebook, Selling You the AdvantEdge Job Search Process, available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and directly from my website. If you're looking for a resource to walk you step by step through a job search with detailed instructions, tools, and everything you need at each point along the way to getting the job offer, then this book's for you. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and of course, follow me on LinkedIn. All those links are down below. Look for episode 22 to drop next week. Thank you for watching.